Hello, my dear. Today I will tell you what happens to people who come to our seminars for the first time. As you already know, our seminars are events of a very high level and high energy, and not everyone can get there. We are very meticulous about selecting women and trying to choose the best. If you have attended our seminars regularly, congratulations. You are a true woman of power. And if you are planning to come or have been to our seminars once or twice, then perhaps what I will tell you now will be quite clear to you. Because when a new woman who has never been to any such seminars comes to us, she feels like she is in a land of fairy tales where miracles happen. Energy explodes. Someone conquers. Animals can talk. And so on. Have you ever been to a fairyland? Have you read fairy tales? I am sure you have read fairy tales or watched movies. For example, Harry Potter. When Harry got into a magical world, everything was absolutely amazing for him. Welcome, Harry, to Diagon Alley. Here's where you'll get your quills and ink, and all your bits and bobs for doing your wizardry. He was such a talented wizard, but at the same time, when he first found himself in such an environment, even he got scared, right? And this happens to everyone, even to the chosen ones. As soon as one gets to this fabulous, magical, mysterious country, one is surprised at everything. The same will happen to you when you come to our seminar for the first time. Everything may seem strange. Well, of course, witches don't fly around on a broomstick, but something like this can happen. There's definitely magic there, to one degree or another, depending on which seminar you get to. Or, for example, have you watched Narnia? Maybe you've read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. When they entered the fantastic, magical land of Narnia through this wardrobe, they were also shocked by everything that was happening around them. My toe! I'm not on your toe. Move back. Will you stop shoving? Hey, you're hurting me. Stop doing that. Give me your hand. Yay! It is impossible. But later, they became the king and queen of this country. What does this mean to us? My dear, this means that even having the capacity, even being chosen, even being like Harry Potter, a great wizard, or the future king and queen of a magical land, at first, we are scared. We are afraid of the unfamiliar, of the unknown. Moreover, our mind, the most notorious deceiver, constantly looks for an explanation and finds the most stupid one. It compares everything that is truly magical and unusual with something primitive. It tries to average everything for you, and will usually say, let's run away from here now. Something unusual is happening here. Of course, if you succumb to the persuasions of your mind and run away from our seminar, this may well happen, and then you will simply continue to live in the limitations of your mind. A miracle will never happen in your life because you will believe the mind, which constantly restricts you, tries to keep you inside a small box. You know your mind is a set of limiting beliefs, don't you? And everything that is in it most often sounds like this. It's impossible. This can't be. You just don't have what it takes. We've never lived, so there's no use in starting now. Princes only live in fairy tales, and you should live what you already have. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. These are all limiting beliefs that exist in your head. So, my dear, Our job is to remove all these limiting programs and push your boundaries so that a real miracle starts in your life. Although, in fact, it's not a miracle. It's a law of nature. We will explain everything to you at the seminar. Everything is very simple and easy to understand. Well, at least for me, or for those who have been studying with us for a long time, who have been attending our seminars for a long time. They know perfectly well that when you come to the seminar, you will get a huge amount of energy and power. You will learn to reveal your inner potential, and then, with the help of this energy, your whole life changes. You will be able to attract all the benefits you want into your life. Previously, it seemed impossible to you, but now, you are given a promotion in a week. And next month, your beloved man can propose to you and take you to a paradise island. You could only dream about it before, but now it's all becoming real. Would you call it a miracle? Yes, of course. It's a miracle when something that seemed impossible to you happens right away. So, my dear, in order to have miracles in your life, watch this video to the end. I'll tell you how they actually happen. And now you need to know the following. If you go to our seminar, let's say you got to a fairyland where a lot of magical things happen, then you need to be ready for everything and totally open to the power. If you are skeptical about everything, distrust, and think, something strange is happening here. There are strange people here. Why are they all so sensitive and so emotional? Why does someone say he can see something in the subtle world? Yes, first of all, it may seem strange to you, but later, if you look a little deeper, you will understand everything. Just as Harry Potter became a great wizard by revealing his talents, you can become a great woman by revealing the power potential inside you. There is potential in you, that is for sure. If there wasn't any, you wouldn't be watching this video. You just wouldn't be able to get to our seminar. Seriously, the power wouldn't let you in. Just like Harry Potter, for example. If he were not a fantastic wizard, but an ordinary muggle, a human, he would have run into that wall at the railway station and crashed into the wall and broken his nose and would not have been able to get through that magical entrance. Do you understand? And if you have already got it, then there is a huge power inside you. You can feel it. Why are you watching this video if you think you're an ordinary woman, eh? You are watching it because you feel that there is power in you, and it's time to reveal it. Just as the characters of Narnia would not have been able to go through the wardrobe if they hadn't been destined to become the king and queen of the land. For them, the wardrobe would have remained a wardrobe, and they would have knocked on it for a long time. They could have taken an axe, sawed it, but the wall wouldn't have let them go anywhere further. And if you came to our seminar, you have the great abilities of a real woman of power. I'm not kidding. I know that for sure. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Well, since you are already in a magical land, you need to learn its laws because everything here exists according to completely different laws. Let's call them magical because everything here that surrounds you at the seminar is completely different. We live according to cosmic laws, the energy laws of the universe, which, unfortunately, very few people apply now. That's why they are unhappy and sick. They quarrel and swear. Why are there so many conflicts and negativity in the world? Because people simply do not know the universal laws, which are quite simple. You just need to know them and follow them. That's what we'll teach you. You know, it's like any magical book. For example, Charmed. Have you ever watched this series?
Зачарованные.
I just love it. You know, when modern witches, women, suddenly began to reveal their abilities, how did they feel? That's right, they were also afraid of that. From the very beginning, they were just shocked by what was happening. Look, I have just discovered that I'm a witch, that my sisters are witches, and that we have powers that will apparently unleash all forms of evil. You move things when you're upset. This is ridiculous! The Book of Shadows said our powers would grow. Grow to what? And, of course, each hero has their own conductor of power. There is a person who explains how everything works here, what rules apply here, how to behave, and what needs to be done in order to adapt faster. And we will give you the same guide. Yes, my dear. If you have come to our fairyland, then come here and say, knock knock. You know, I'm new here, and everything that happens here seems very strange to me. Please explain. My dear, don't be afraid to ask. It's better to ask questions than just run away, screaming that something unreal is happening here. Ask, we will explain, and you will be able to understand how you can unleash your inner potential and all that tremendous power that will make you the happiest woman on earth. Are you interested? Then, my dear, go ahead. Ask absolutely everything. Don't be afraid of anything and learn the magic that is hidden in you as a woman. You know, I'll tell you the story of Veronica. This story impressed me so much that I'm sure you will also like it. When Veronica first came to our seminar, she was not surprised. She was just shocked. She was a businesswoman and had worked in some large company for over 15 years. Did you know that every businesswoman is a bit of a witch? Seriously, every successful woman is a witch, whether she knows it or not. She has kind of tentacles which she uses to attract everything she needs into her life. Well, you will learn about this at the seminar. Let's go back to Veronica. When she got to the seminar, everything seemed so strange to her that during practices, powerful rites and rituals, and strong energy practices, she was constantly opening her eyes and looking at what was happening around her. She couldn't immerse in herself and, of course, couldn't get the energy that would allow her to unleash her inner power potential. She constantly doubted everything. What are these stones, shells, pine cones for? Why do you claim that there is power in them? There are so many pine cones growing in the forest near my house, and these stones can be found everywhere. That's how she perceived the objects of power. She didn't even feel the energy in them, although she had a huge potential for this. Yes, that happens too. There may be a huge power potential inside you, and you don't know anything about it. Moreover, you doubt it and even argue with all those who say there is power inside you. Has this ever happened? So, my dear, what happened to our Veronica? Veronica was a very wise woman. She didn't share her doubts with everyone around her, but went directly to the conductor of power and asked the question, "Look, everything seems so strange and so ridiculous to me here. I don't know what I'm doing here at all. Please explain to me what I need to do to also feel the energies that these women feel everywhere." The conductor of power looked at her carefully and handed over a special magical object. She was given a stone from a special place of power. Veronica, being a very skeptical woman, said, "Are you kidding me? Giving me a stone? How will it help me? I'm asking you to explain to me what's happening here, and you're shoving a stone in my hands." But she received an individual recommendation to sit down with this stone. Tune into it and meditate, because it was an unusual stone. It was a stone from a place of power that contained many secrets that were important to Veronica. Veronica decided to trust. Trust the power and true knowledge will come to you. She went to the riverbank, sat down with this stone to meditate, closed her eyes, took the stone in her hands, and began to breathe as the teacher had told her, tuning into her heart. And suddenly, pictures began to flash before her eyes, pictures from her past lives. She was riding a horse, then she was conjuring something, and so on. She was just terrified. She threw the stone out of her hands, screaming. She was just shocked. You know, like in Lord of the Rings, when you take the ring and all sorts of pictures appear before your eyes, and you just throw it away in horror. The same thing happened to her when she took that stone, as if it were the One Ring. She felt it all and threw it away, breathing heavily. She told it all afterwards. She said, "I was panting, looking at it and thought, my God, I'll never take it in my hands again." And since she was sitting on the bank of the river, there were a lot of river stones, and this stone fell among them. It resembled the other stones, it would seem, but looking at all the stones, she thought, "I won't find it here. That's it. They gave me the stone and I lost it." She came closer and looked and saw that it was glowing. She said it was as if I heard a hum coming from it, as if it was buzzing, calling me, vibrating. I was so scared. Really, after watching Lord of the Rings, she thought, "I'll take the stone now, and I'll be gone." But since the stone had been given to her by a conductor of power, a power conductor of power should always be trusted. She trusted, took the stone in her hands, and went to bed. At night, she had wonderful dreams where she saw her past incarnations, in which she was a shaman, a priestess, and even a princess. Indeed, a huge feminine power was hidden in her, but she did not know how to reveal it until that moment. In the morning, with her eyes wide open, she ran to her teacher and said, "My God, this stone works wonders." But that's not the end. The seminar practices began, and she participated in them in a completely different way. Veronica did not open her eyes and did not look around anymore. She was totally immersed in the practice, into herself. She felt the energy entering her from the magic stone and another amulet of power she had taken, especially for this group ritual. And do you know what happened? During the rite, she suddenly saw her daughter. She had a teenage daughter of 14 years old who was crossing the road, and a bus was rushing in her direction at a tremendous speed. She said, "I saw it. I spread my hands and threw the stone at the bus. It immediately turned around sharply and spun on the road." She said, "I opened my eyes, standing in the middle of the room, completely shocked." After this practice, after this group ritual, Veronica phoned her daughter and found out that she really, at that very moment, she had avoided a road accident. She was crossing the road and that same yellow bus was rushing at her. Suddenly, for no reason, spun in front of her and stopped. No one was injured, not even the people on the bus, because it did not drive into a ditch. It just spun in one place and stopped. Her daughter was not harmed either. After that, Veronica believed in her true feminine power, which can work such miracles. My dear, if you are watching this video now, you also have this power. Otherwise, you would not be here. And you must admit, you have always felt it because you know that you are capable of more than what is happening in your life right now. You know that some kind of energy in you has not yet been realized. You really have it inside. And our task is to help you discover your inner power and to begin to work miracles in your life. What do you want? Write it down right now. When this video ends, write down your wish list. A rich and successful husband. A new apartment. A car. A promotion. Lots and lots of money. Healthy children and happy parents. What do you want? Write down all of your desires and know they will definitely come true as soon as you reveal your inner power. And we will surely help you with this. See you at the seminar.
It takes energy and a woman's power to cope with life's problems. My dear, we are ready to share it with you. Attend classes and workshops in your city. Buy your amulets and connect to the source of well-being and good luck. See you soon!